to think, Curry, that was just redonkulous.
Look at Flares, 30 and 11 deaths. He is the two-part of this game. We've seen players just go huge on this map. It was Claw at the start. It's Flares now. We saw Vilesider heating up. Every player right now is on point. Was Flares getting a double? Third player contesting him. He's somehow alive in this situation. Most takes him out, but he will have a player directly there to trade it out. Hopefully, no, Most gets the kill. That was huge right there. As the rotation comes in, new hill, new points to get. 30 seconds. This one is too close to call at this moment.
Cones is in a great position to lock down this next hard point. He's going to be shut down though. Look, I'm just still getting over the hype of robot wars happening on this map here. Fringe hard points being redonkulous. Team Blank, they're coming back. Curry, they're only 20 points behind, and they're holding down the Granny's hard point.
Vilesider takes out his teammate there, loses his team the hill. Malgi needs to go big here. What's that MA? Tags up a play. He's going to lock down Tinside. There's got to be 3 players to contest with here. Cones needs to start getting some kills. 15 for 20 through. It was only 21 seconds. What are you doing, son?
Well, better than Pixel, 14 and 28. He's lagging behind a little bit as well. So this duo of Pixel and Cones really need to pick it up. Flares and Malgi, I mean, they've got the backpacks on carrying this team. They've done beautifully so far. Both of them are almost a minute in the hill as well, Curry. And now they have the lead.
They need to rotate though. It's 10 seconds and they have 2 players still around the hill. It is trackside. It's a very close rotate, but you do see Envy. Good lockdown of it. We got to focus on Fergs here. Can we switch onto him? He has that AR. He's going to be trying to get those long-range kills here. And in a map where it is straight lines along this trackside, he has to go big. He's going to throw out a few tacticals, tagging them up, just stopping Team Blank from being pushing in. But as the hill is contested, neither team are getting the 2 points. But look at that. That's a 2-beat from Fergs. You got to love it. Was the AR going aggressive, and Envy have control of the hill. Give him a few more seconds, and they're going to have the lead.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful stuff there by Fergs. Claws in there, holding it down as well. Halfway through this hard point, so he's going to be ripping out that HCXE to hold it down more. He saw that nades come out, though, so he needs to watch himself picking up the kill on Pixel as well, making it look easy. But now on a 5-kill streak is Most. He had that Tempest. Is that a Cerberus again?
Another one! What? I love it!
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is Robot Wars happening on this map. We're going to be watching Most shortly. Vilesider, he's going to be on 1 kill. Oh, 4-kill streak over here. If we get another Cerberus, I'm losing it.
Surely
I'm gone. I've lost my mind.
No.
He's working 25 away from the lightning strike.
No.
He's working well towards that Cerberus. He's going to be a couple of kills away. 40 and 40. Oh, being dropped. Nah, you stinking Flares. See you later. Cerberus was going to be called in by Most, so you will see that shortly as they are going to be wrapped up.
Malgi.
159 to 150 though. Malgi was just dropped. He was kind of answering back a little bit, but he's going to be shut down. Now, Envy are only in front by 9, so that Cerberus from Most in the middle of the map is going to be absolutely vital.
It really is. Right now, Fergs locking it down. Malgi got a huge 3-piece, and he gets Fergs there with the RC he earned from it. Most big 2-piece towards the hill. Fergs rotating through. We needed to have a look at these plays in the middle of the hill right now because they're having some big plays. It will be Envy. They've got to try and break this one. Vilesider, big double out of his half, taking out Pixel, who's been aggressive. The Scythe is in the hands of Fergs. He needs to break that out, get some kills. There is Most Wanted's Cerberus doing some work. Kinetic for Claw 2. I tell you what, Envy with a minute 18 left and roughly 70 points to take this one out. They're in prime position. Most does take his teammate out though. Got to calm it down a little bit there, bud. Rotation coming in. Purify in hand. Vilesider needs to go big.
When have you seen a KD as good as Flares up against that Pro Division team though?
You haven't. You don't see it.
42-19 with a minute and 9 on the hill points as well. That's actually crazy.
But with that being said, they're losing. He has 43 kills.
There's only so much weight you can carry in a backpack before the straps break, Curry.
Exactly. And he has the most time in the hill. His team needs to pick it up. Flares, what are you doing, son? He's out of there. 3 down. Make it a 4. No. Oh, no. Malgi only gets the 1 kill there. That's a little bit unfortunate there. Vile doing a lot of work here. 50 points for Envy. He just dumps on the player before Flares gets him out of it. Do you see Flares getting that 50 bomb?
For sure. He's going to get it for sure. I mean, he's just been unstoppable throughout this match, and I would be very surprised if he didn't get there. He's on 44. He picked up another kill just then. He's going to be going for 2 shortly. Most is holding down this next rotation though. So Flares, it's going to be a tough ask for him to break in there. He is holding the scrap points down for the team, so he's done great. And now he's just going to be trying to. Wow. Just, you know what? He was going to try and shoot it, but instead he catches it with his teeth because that's how much of an invincible Terminator this guy is.
We haven't paid too much attention to Most Wanted's actual kills. 43. He has 43 kills. It's actually a race right now to see who can get the 50. I reckon Most Wanted, if he gets in that hill and makes some plays and gets Flares out of there, he could do it. But this is what the team of Blank need right now. They have to pull this one back. This is going to come down to the wire. Look at the rotations. It's 30 seconds, and they're already planning for the next hill. Envy have it locked down at this stage. Valside pushing out towards Peaches. Can he find a play? He will do so. Cleans out Pixel. Got to try and push this one out, though. Good grenade there to distance himself from the player. Third, big two-piece in the background. That's massive fight. Valside, he gets one tagged up. The second can't stay alive, though. 1 minute remaining. 20 seconds separating these two teams. It's going to be a close one.
It is indeed. You've already got two players over here for Envy. You've got Fergs in here along with Varsider watching the back. Flares is coming at you. Flares, he's gone for his 50 bomb. 46-22. He's going to be dropped, though. Mauji, his teammates coming in from the other side. He knows where he was dropped. Contested hill right here. Only 18 seconds separating these teams. Envy need just over 20 to wrap up this match, and the kills are left and right. Now Conesby's dropped as well. Envy picking up points less than 20 seconds away. Ridiculous plays right here. Most, he's on 48. He's got his tempers down. HCXD as well. Just misses that kill. One right in front. 49. Here it is.
Can he get it? One more kill to get the 50 bomb. Envy have control of the hill, though. That's it. 50 kills for Most Wanted. This is an incredible performance. 5 seconds for Envy to win this one, make it 3, as it will be broken by the team of Blank, but with 40 seconds, any betting person got to imagine that Envy can take this one, as that will be game. Envy, despite being the team that nobody thought would beat in hardpoint simply because of their reputation, drops a 50 bomb. Most Wanted, the most recent pickup. Give that man a medal right now.
Yeah, ridiculous plays there from all the teams. I was so excited for the robot wars that we saw go down.
That was crazy.
I absolutely love it. 48 for 28 Flares finished up. 50 Bond, and even 50 for Claw as well, Curry.
Oh,
we had
wow. How did we not see that?
Two 50 bombs. Claw sneaking up in through your window with that score. 50-37, 51 for 29 though.
That's huge. What? Can we just catch our breath through a bit?
Yeah,
we need it. Just
Envy.
1, 2, 3, inhale.
What is it about Fringe Hardpoint, man?
Oh, it's crazy.
I've always loved the map, but these huge numbers coming out. And then, of course, like, at the end, like, the score that we finished up, you know, Envy just dominating at the end. Like, it was still a close score. Like, you've got less than 20 points separating these teams. It was crazy stuff. I did not expect it to go down that way. At all. Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah, I was really worried about Envy when they lost that Kuda, but I mean, they were just dominating with the ARs.
I feel so bad for counting them out after that performance. Just, how many Cerberus did we see?
I think we saw like 5.
4?
Four or
5? Someone feel free to use the hashtag CWL PS4. Let us know. I counted 4. Wouldn't be surprised if there was a 5th one in there just for the hell of it. But Envy, we kind of rode them off. At least I did, definitely. And two of them drop 50 bombs, and they win one of the most intense games I've seen in a very long time. Of course, you have those games here at the ANZ Stage 1 Finals. These teams are fighting for their lives here. At least Envy is. The guys over the team of Team Blank, they're fighting for a future in one of the biggest growing esports leagues in the history of the Australian-New Zealand region. It's big what's happening right now. But Envy, what a great start. They're now going to go into that search and destroy, up and about. Like, what's going through like Claw and Most Wanted's head? You know, they just had an incredible series. We both dropped 50 bombs. We weren't supposed to win the hard point. We won it. They got to be up and about.
I think they're just over the moon. I mean, you have to be after a performance like that, right? Like, that's just pure insanity. We always know, we've seen previously at the qualification land that this team put up some amazing numbers. Claw always stood out. But then after what we just saw, like, it's renewed faith in this squad that were looking kind of lackluster towards the end of Stage 1.
Yeah, they're definitely rejuvenated, or at least you'd imagine after that first one. Back over to Team Blank though.
Yes.
That's gotta be hard to swallow, that one. That's a bitter pill. Simply because Flares dropped, he was carrying for so long. At one stage, he had 46 kills. Everyone on his team had 21.
Yeah, for sure.
Less hill time.
Here's what I put this down to, though, right? So this is a team who've come up through the Challenge division. You know, Challenge has been a little bit of a struggle for a lot of teams. And here they are, only 38 points, which in anyone's language is an extremely close hard point. Usually it's 250 to 1 something, right? You know, usually the late hundreds. But at this stage, with only 38 points behind, I think you've got to be really, really happy with that. And I'm looking to see how they can do when they bounce back in the S&D after shaking off the jitters of game number 1. But guys, for now, we are heading into game number 2. It is going to be an S&D, and to go through the ban and protect, I'm going to head over to Mr. X and Naked.
Naked, you called it. Game 1. You saw that M8 come into play early. We haven't seen it yet, but you saw the M8 come into play. And you saw what Most Wanted Claws can do with it.
Yeah, well, Most Wanted obviously destroyed with it. That is his favorite gun. I know, I've played with him. I know that is his favorite gun. If he gets that gun, he's going to destroy. And he did 50. Claw drops 50 as well.
Yeah, you see Thermal and Frags, the first two things gone on the Ban and Protect. We need to talk a little bit more about that game one. Flares goes massive for Team Blank. Anyone else shows up in the first, 3 minutes of the game, and they have a good chance to win that one. They don't get blown out. See, Frags, Simtex's stuns and flashes all off the board. So tacticals and lethals attacked heavy here.
Yeah, it's going to bring it down to obviously a lot of gun skill. I think it might make it actually a faster paced game. You're going to want to rush. You're not going to be able to get all that information from your tacticals and whatnot to know where they're pushing. So if you just stack 4 at one bomb, you might be able to get away and get a plan in.
And this is an odd one. You have Claw getting rid of the Man of War. Would you have protected the M8 if you're them in that situation? The last two are going to be Overclock, SVG off the board. They get lucky. The M8 still stays in. But you think the Man of War is a target ban at anyone on Team Blank?
Maybe. I didn't actually see what Flares was going off with, but I did see that he took a lot of kills in for his team, obviously not getting the win, but I think Envy, they play a lot for the points, the information, instead of the kills, so they'll be trading off points and losing those kills, and the other team will be getting a lot of frags, but they might not be getting the points that they need.
Yeah, and then obviously you're going to go into the specialist draft now. You're going to see Heatwave active on the side of Envy, and then on the side of Team Blank, only got Camo at this point. They're going to counteract with a Heatwave. See no specialist abilities targeting the Ban and Protect. What do you think we see these last two players go with?
Oh, I'd be having to say Kinetic. Yep, there it is. And maybe a Purifier.
Overdrive makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You're going to see Kinetic, Overdrive on both sides.
Completely.
So you're going to want Overdrive on offense. You push down the B street. The B bomb site's going to be heavily favored for most teams on the offensive side of things. And even on defense, you can use it to get that positioning on the B stairs. Talk about how important that is.
Yeah, obviously, without all these tacticals in the game, it's going to change it up completely. As we said, the Ban and Protect changes every game individually. We haven't seen a game like this weekend. I don't think we've seen a game like this in our ANZ region at the moment. So I'm wondering who's really strategized this and thought, this is what we're going to do. We've played it. We've thought about it more, and we're going to do this.
I think you played with Envy. Are they good on this map? Is this one you favor them in?
I'd say this is was one of our better S&D maps. We might not have won it all the time, but I think that Envy are really good at their Ban and Protects. They know what they're doing. They're malicious in it. They target it. They focus on the hard points of the game, not the hard points, but the hard points of what works for them, and it's really pushed them through. And obviously they took that first hard point by with the Ban and Protect, in my opinion.
Well, I know our last Pro Division team, Exile 5, they won game 1, couldn't win a game after that. Big map for Envy here in game number 2. They win this one. They're looking pretty good to take this series. Let's go back to Maniac and Doc Curry over at the booth.
Thanks, boys. We're back here at the Cast of Death to take you through map number 2 after what was an intense hard point here of Team Blank versus Envy. Now, Curry, 5 Cerberuses, Robot War, Cerberus versus Cerberus. I love what I saw, but
that's one of the greatest moments I think I've seen. Here, 2 Cerberuses just going at it in a hill. You gotta love it.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. And here in the S&D, I think I'd love to see the momentum carry through, but obviously vastly different games here. The Ban and Protect, for me, kind of a bit of a yawn, you know? We saw it's pretty cool that we saw all the nades and all the nades and the attacks taken out. So that frees up not only your attack mask, which we see a lot of the times, which obviously everyone's just going to be going for that Dead Silence and Blast Suppressor, but also that leaves up Perk 1, you know? This leaves a lot of slots that you can use on your classes and your loadouts. And given that there was nothing targeted in Specialist, I think this was a very interesting Ban and Protect and then Specialist draft.
It's interesting that Envy didn't even just try to poke out or just, tilt a few of the players on Team Blank. Malgi uses active camo every search and destroy. It's a pocket pick for him, something he always uses. He'll use it in an uplink, even in a CTF. It's his most go-to specialist, and he can make some plays on it. We've seen him do it in the Challenger Division. He is now on that. I feel as though maybe at least one specialist taken out. Just get something away from someone. But no, instead they decided to go for the tacticals. Whether or not it's going to pay out for them, that's the real question when we come down to it. EMP is the only real one that's left in it. Does that mean that we're going to see many trophies? I don't know about that. We're going to have to see in the gameplay, which is up for you guys. And the player we are watching is Valsada. He is running the double EMPs. So it's going to be interesting. And there are trophies still down, though. So really only saving them from EMPs and potentially smoke grenades right there.
Yeah, the smoke's coming out early. Flares is going to be on the defense over on that plateau very early on. So this is going to be a slow one to start with because of those smokes. Right up the back is going to be Most. Watching that now, there should be an engagement right here. Flares just being sneaky. Most going to peep around the corner. Will he spot him? Yes, he will spot him. Shots coming out. Oh, there's 2 players.
Oh my god!
Flares.
Wow!
Putting on a show right there to start things off on the defense.
Triple!
Wow.
Holy hell! Wow!
And it's
Look
done.
at them. Was that first round?
Yeah, that was,
Did that actually just happen?
Oh, it happened.
Wow! We have a clear view of these players from our desk. Everyone from the team of blank was on their feet just there.
Yeah.
Every single one of them up and about. I haven't seen a quick, oh my, I can't believe what just happened on that plateau. Crimes against humanity right there. Incredible. Now, that also being noted is the first round on the board, and it was a defensive, my bad, thought it might have been an aggressive one there, but it will be flares, was a triple. I think we can't switch off after that. I don't think it's nice if we do.
I mean, Team Blank on the attack right now. They had such a beautiful, perfect, and flawless defensive round. Now we're going to be seeing them on the attack. There's 2 players already dropped, though, so Envy have gone a nice little defense right here. And now Flair's left alone. He got 3 before. He was 1 off the ace. Now that's what he's going to need to do to take this round.
This is a really big kill, too, because he'll get his RCXD card. He needs to, or HC, sorry. He needs to actually play for his streak there, but that's actually going to be 4 for nothing. Wow, interesting. Both teams actually get the 4 kills without trading one out there. As you see most wanted in your final kill cam, with that M4, cleans out the player. This is a very interesting set in stroke. Straight off the bat, no one really, well, besides Flair's getting the 3-piece, no one actually trading out the kills. It's just going one way towards the teams. What does need to be noted, though, I actually want to discuss this. We did see when Envy were on the aggressor round, we saw that smoke grenade come out.
Yes.
Did have a conversation with Farside about a week ago whether or not they have some set smokes or they have, any plan to use them. And they said, look, we are going through it. It's something which is being worked on, especially on Infection of all maps. Look at this street towards B. It's always contested like this. I want to see them use that. I want to see them, set up some smokes, force some pushes, get something going in their favor. EMPs come out. Farside attacks one up, trades it out. But finally, trades coming in here, but it will be 2 down. Farside knows there's someone up there, tags him up quite heavily there, but has to run out because Mauji is coming in. Last one alive, Claw, 1v3. I don't like his chances.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You've got Pixel right on the opposing side with him. I don't think either player spotted each other right yet. Let's have a look from Pixel's point of view. The shot's coming out. Claw's going to be left, as we know, all alone. So there's a player peeping out. He knows where he is. No one coming up for the flank just yet. They're all just hanging around B, playing it smart. And there's Mauji wrapping up that final one. Claw gets dropped, and Team Blank, now we're just going round for round ahead, 2-1.
Look at where that bomb was. What can you do when the bomb is in the open like that? Mauji just pokes his head. It is clear as daylight for the defensive team. There was not a chance that Claw was getting that one. Good job there by the defensive team to lock down that B street. Even though they got EMP'd and pushed out, they were still able to hold it down. Quick 2-piece, you saw what happens. Easy as that. That's going to be a 2-1 lead for Blank. And back over to them on the aggressive side here. I do want to actually switch things up. I want to watch Cones. He hasn't had the best of start to this series, but you never know. Maybe a little bit of Streamlight might get him going. He's going to throw out the EMPs, just checking out the middle of the map. He's going to spot 2 of them, tags one up quite heavily. Their Pixel, his teammate, gets one in the background. Ferg's going to drop, but he has to bail from that situation. Not landing the shots. Cones, maybe a little bit nervous.
Oh, was that a little range on the L
Oh,
card?
get the double! Oh, so close.
Lucky he was going to be, look, that would have been a bit embarrassing. That L car, lucky he only had to pick up just 1 bullet with that. He weakened that opponent, because if he needed to do that range with just the L car, would have been nigh on impossible. Shots coming out from Moso, the only one left alive. He picks up 1, sees 1, looking to look for any kind of flank. He knows where that player is. 1v2, this is definitely not impossible. You've got Mauji in the middle of the map. Flares is going to be watching the middle, and Flares, as we know, has been a beast. Will he take him down? There's a lot of shots out right here. Flares
Got him.
picks up the kill. That's most going down, and Team Blank, they get it 2 in a row and are ahead 3-1.
Big round there too. Mauji on the 3 kill streak. Managed to also pick up an RC car. That means he's going to be a few steps closer to some bigger and more badder kill streaks. Got to keep that in mind as we get into the 5th round here. In Maniac, we're 4 down, nearly halfway. Do you kind of feel like this one's starting to head towards Team Blank?
Well, it's definitely heading towards Team Blank, and Envy, I mean, they just need to pull out the stops, They can do better than this. We've seen it throughout regular matches of Stage 1. They can definitely do a lot better in their S&D game. Now, there are some very talented players on Team Blank. 3 of them were fills for Pro Division teams in Stage 1. Here they are on 1 squad, and they've been dominating. But Envy, you can't really underestimate them. So there's very much a chance for a comeback, but it's going to be tough.
The setup from both teams is interesting. You got the 3 people towards A, and for once there's only 1 person locking down the whole of B. Obviously Pixel playing the rotate mid. He's going to be on B bomb side, but it's kind of a bit of a split right now between the teams. They're just trying to play for a pick here, see what they can do. Getting information. Most wanted right in the middle map. We need to watch him because he's going to be challenging a play. Good kill there. Gets traded out instantly. Cleans up or picks up, should I say, that overdrive. So we've got to watch him off the break of the next ones. But now Envy, they've managed to push themselves up towards B, as you did see the kill coming on in. Farside trying to get that corner. Looks like he will be able to do so. Got to turn his body. Doesn't want to give away any information. What is going on with the guys over at the team at Blank, because none of them know this is going on. They had no control of B Street, yet they stayed where they were. Surely they've got to realize that this is coming down, and now all the pressure's on them to try to clean up what could potentially be Envy's second round.
It was HCXD came out. It wasn't going to connect with anyone right there. You got Pixel inside on the bomb, though. He's going to get shots out. He's taken down. Malgi and Flares left alive. Malgi pushes in. He does pick up one. He's got his streaks as well. Picks up two. Now it's going to be Claw, the only one left alive. 1v1. Claw picks it up, though. Beautiful stuff there by Envy to answer back. Malgi did some huge plays right there. He's got his dart as well, so it's going to be useful in following rounds. But congrats to Envy for taking out that round. It was a great one. Patient plays paid off towards the end. Couple players dropped, but everything turned out all right in the end. They're very much still alive, only one round behind Team Blank. We just need to keep an eye on these streaks, though, because they can be very dangerous.
Let's actually have a look at Malgi. So he does have the lightning strike too. Very interesting, and the active camo. This can basically change the entire game here. He wants to use that dart. Hopefully he's got some hope. I hope he's got skill with it. Most wanted. Looks like he hasn't used his overdrive. Interesting enough. Save that for an aggressive round. But here it comes. Here comes a dart. Shoot it straight up. See what he can scout out. Spots one on B bomb site. Now that actually seemed like the guys from Envy saw it. So now they're all running. Smart idea from them, but this is going to allow for Team Blank to push up. Look at their bomb carrier. They have full B Street. They're going to push up to Plat. Got to be careful that they don't die somehow in this one, because they've got two plays. This could be big. There's going to be one. Can he get the second? He does do so and crashes it. Malgi, very effective use of that score streak.
That was a great use right there. Pixel is going to be allowing him to move up, and he's going to be going for that plant over on B, completely dominating his side. And as you can see, the two players left of Envy, they're just running scared over towards that A bomb site, thinking maybe there could have been a rotation or just trying to play it safe.
Nice.
Most is going to be taken down. Ferg's caught in a 1v4. He spots one player. The hit fire shots from the M8 aren't going to be enough. And Ferg's going to be dropped at the hands of Flares, who's having yet another dominating round. It's been beautiful, as we know. He got some shots out with that pistol. He's going to be finishing up here with the M8 as well. And as we know, he's just been going great. 8-3, 8-2 there to Malgi. The other two players just going behind a little bit. And this is what we saw in the hard point. You know, two players really dominating, whereas the other two seem to be lagging behind a little bit.
Well, actually for Team Blank, it was more so Flares.
So Envy, now Envy, we're going to be seeing them on the attack. We'll see what they can do right here, because they need to mix this up a little bit, because what's happening so far is not working for them. You know, they're doing more of the same.
He got it.
Yeah, he's going super aggressive, and that's what you wanted, you know, picking up that kill straight away. And they needed to mix it up, and they did. And it's been a great start to the round. They picked up a second kill as well. Team Blank at a disadvantage, but Streak's coming out. Need to watch himself. No one goes down, so that's beautiful stuff. And Team Blank are just taken down. Gonna have active camo utilized there by Malgi. Picks up one kill close range with that L car. There's gonna be another one dancing around inside. Bomb down. 1v3 right now. He's going to go for the ace if he can take this round. It's going to be a tough ass. Slides on in. Shots out.
No.
That's two. There's a player coming around from the flank. He needs to watch it, though. He's taken down from that player. That was Fergs on the flank with that M8 on statue. Just flaunting it right there. I mean, I love what I saw there from Team Blank, but Envy, they really brought the substance to that game, and Fergs cleaned it up with that great flank. Textbook play to collapse in on that player, and Envy, once again, still in the game. They submitted two rounds to Team Blank a little earlier, but now they're going round for round, and that's what they need. Now, if they can just clutch two in a row, if they can get one here on the defense, then they'll tie things back up.
You'd assume so. Of course, defense much more favorable than the aggressive side. Varside did have that heat wave. We saw how effective his teammate Most Wanted used his overdrive to basically win his team that round in Malgi. He does have 10 kills to his name, but a waste of a lightning strike could come back to hurt him. Claw does want to play top flat. Cohen's going to try and trade it out there. Finally gets a kill after what has been a very rough series so far for him. Challenges one shot. Not too sure about that one. A little bit questionable. Still trying to scout out the play here. Bomb does go down. 40 seconds. Cohen's, can he get a second kill? Tags him up quite nicely. Going to get the play to push out there. Varsider gets Pixel. Malgi trading out. Now, this was a bit sneaky, but Malgi, you can't get past him like that. Claw gets one, but it's only going to be the digit as he gets cleaned up there. Good round there by Team Blank. Flares, once again, getting some kills there. I kind of like the idea that Filesider was going for. Go for a bit of a cheeky diffuse. We did see Critical from Team Incept a week ago in the Challenge series actually do that exact thing. Defuse in a situation on this map, search and destroy. It can be done, but when you got 3 players alive, I'm
Yeah,
not
it
too
gets
sure
tough.
what he's going for there.
It gets really tough. What I want to watch right here is Flares, because he is on the defensive squad, but he's been doing some tricky stuff. He's been always getting these first couple of kills, these first bloods. But as you can see, Envy slowing it right down, which is definitely to be expected. So Flares is going to be dropping. Now Varsider working his way towards the middle. We're going to have a contest right down here inside of Broken. Mauji is going to be the one being dropped there. So, Mauji picked up the kill there. So you're going to see Varsider trying to make a move. His teammate Claw was dropped. Flares taken down from Blank as well. So you got 3v3. Envy playing for their lives right here inside of this map. If Team Blank take this one, we're going to be tying up the series 1-1 in this best of 7. It is the Stage 1 finals of the ANZ Pro Division. Team Blank looking for their ticket into Stage 2. Envy trying to fight for their lives to stay as one of the top 8 teams of our region. But look at this wrap. What a great flank around here from Envy. But look at this. There's going to be players jumping out. Will he be spotted? See him next
got
him. Mauji picked him up.
Second kill. Mauji tags him. He knows where he is. What's he doing? He gets the kill. Thugs has to trade it out though. But Pixel got to go big. What's that Cuda? What's he doing? They're dancing around.
Oh, no!
Oh, Pixel, what are you doing? Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I can't wait for this kill cam. You watch this. Fergs.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm getting shot. Cool.
No.
Yeah, let's just, you want to do the tango?
No,
Ow.
he didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Ferg's the better dancer. Conform source.
Oh.
Wow.
I feel bad for Team Blank. I feel I'm not even on the team, and that hurt me.
Yeah, that should have been game.
That should be a 1-1 series score right there.
And now if Envy come back. Oh, if Envy come back,
If they
man.
win this, oh, you gotta wonder. But Mauji, look, Pops the active camera gonna be running through here. He's gotta try and get the kill here. It's gonna be very aggressive. Ferg actually gets one before Cones trades it out. Then Pixel cleans him up. Very nice job here by the guys from both teams, actually. I was gonna say Team Blank, but they only managed to get one from that aggressive push. Another kill does go down. Cones starting to actually get kills. I really like this 2-kill streak, but look at Mauji. 15 kills. He's dead. Got to rely on the rest of his team to go big here. Numbers advantage. Looks like we could be heading to a round 11 here. Flares knows that there's players lurking around him. Ferg's trying to get some shots off. Let's look at Varsider, because look how close he is. And he has the heat wave. Can he use this effectively? He has to go big right now. Use that specialist to the prime position. They're just dancing around each other, toying with him. One challenges, doesn't even tag him. Pop the heat wave, gets 1 kill. Does he know where the second player is? No, he doesn't.
Got the kill.
Big 2-piece by Cones in the end there.
Wow.
He didn't know the second player was on the steps. Cones loves the platform, loves the M8, gets his team the series.
Yeah,
Not the series, the map. Too far.
ridiculous plays there. Varsider actually didn't pick up that kill there. That was quite a shock.
Yeah.
He didn't. He went a little too fast. I mean, with that many bullets, you thought he was going to pick it up. But it was a great play, well thought out. But unfortunately for him, I mean, the heat wave, as great as the use as it wasn't enough. And Team Blank come away with an S&D victory over Envy, which to me was quite a surprise. But Mauji dropping 15 and 6. What a great score, because it was Flares. We're talking so much about Flares. Mauji, as we know, walked away with it at the end. What a score here up against a Pro Division team. Like, that's beautiful stuff.
That's big.
Yeah, and these guys, we know that they're a top Challenge Division team. It was such a close match in those finals. But they've come in as the second-seeded Challenge Division team up against the 7th-placed team on our standings here of Stage 1 of the Pro Division, Envy. We always knew it was going to be close. To be honest, Envy was still preferred for me, especially in an S&D.
Yeah, any betting person would probably go with Envy. You did say they came second in the Challenge Division.
Yeah.
It needs to be noted that went all the way to a final map 7. And, like, that was a crazy series watching that one. They're a team that can hang with the best. We saw Incep qualify. That means technically they're better than a team that was in the Stage 1 finals. Of course, XL5 would be nice to see them stick around for a little bit. But seeing as though the guys over at Blank are contesting with Envy here, you know, winning maps they should be, but losing ones they should have. It's interesting, but it does show that these challenge teams, they can hang. You know, they can actually bring the fight, bring the fire to these teams. We're going to go into a map 3 here, which is going to be a really important map, simply because just how, which way is it going to go. I want to try and give like a prediction, but quite simply, you know, I was like, Envy probably won't win the hard point. They won the hard point. Team Blank probably going to lose the S&D. They won the S&D. So I was like, which way do we go?
I'm probably going to eat my words here. I have no question here. This is going to be Envy's map. We're going to an
Yeah?
evac uplink. These guys are a great uplink squad. Very smart players. I think they can really take this one away.
Yeah.
It's all going to come down to the ban and protect and specialist draft, how they play this one out. Vilesider is such, you cannot underestimate this entire squad. They've got international experience. Vilesider's played against the best for 7 solid weeks. He's played uplink against some of the best teams in the country. They've won their fair share. They've done pretty decent. And up against a Challenge Division team who I feel wouldn't have scrimmed this as much. We know that in pubs and just in eights, you generally, what are you sticking to? You're playing hardpoint most of the time. If not, maybe some S&D. I don't think there's going to be enough uplink practice for this squad. But we'll see because I was getting there. This team's made up of 3 players who were subs in the Pro Division, right? This is a team not to be underestimated, Team Blank. So and they're smart players and they can hang. But after what we saw in the respawn, which is that hardpoint where Envy just, wow, the numbers they pulled out, and here on a map that they're familiar with, evac and an uplink, I think they're just too smart for it. And look,
I disagree. I'm honestly going to disagree. Not because just for the hell of it, but simply watching Team Blank. They Incept, who qualified for stage 1. They 20-0'd them. I just want to drop that. I just want to say it.
We'll soon see. We are into the ban and protect phase. So to go through that and the specialist draft, to break it all down, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. X and Naked.
I tell you what, Naked, I'm not exactly sold on this Envy team to win this map. You know, they kind of seemed like that's where they were going, and you know Envy better than I do, but if Flares get some help in the first hardpoint, I think Team Blank probably wins it. So we'll see what happens in the evac uplink. We'll talk a little bit about the ban and protect. We got active camo off the board, fast hands protect, and overclock protect. So that tells me, obviously, you know, players want to be aggressive, use fast hands, get that gun up, get it aimed down sight pretty quick, pick up some kills. Overclock tells me we're going to see a lot of abilities in this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fast-paced game. As I said, I was saying about Team Blank before, they really wanted this to be fast-paced. You take out that M8, you start to make this game more faster. It's going to suit them. Flares was going off with the SMG, as opposed to most going off with the assault rifle with the M8. So if this becomes a fast-paced game with overclock and fast hands and stuff, it's really going to be in their advantage.
Yeah, then you're going to see the Man of War and Kuda go. So the Kuda, very good SMG. A lot of players, you know, going back and forth. Kuda VMP, Kuda VMP. The Man of War, very good assault rifle on evac. That goes. So I think we probably see a lot of M8s.
Yeah, I think that favors definitely Envy for there, but get the tacticals taken out again. So that didn't work in the S&D for Envy. I wonder if that was them picking them again, and it's not going to work again. Are they going to adapt to this ban and protect system?
Yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, the 2 specialist abilities taken off the board are Camo and Overdrive. So we're going to figure out what's going to replace those. On the side of Team Blank, we're going to see a Psychosis come out from Malch. You like Psychosis on uplink?
Yeah, I think you'll see Ferg's using... No, he's an Annihilator. Jeez, that's something different. But I like Psychosis, especially with your Overdrive out and your active camo. It sort of takes out those very variable ones where you could sort of sneak one in that you shouldn't have got in, really. It's going to come down to gun skill and stopping that map.
Yeah, I agree. And then on the, you know, talk about the team composition of Team Blank. You see Scythe, Psychosis, Heatwave, Kinetic. With Overclock in the game, you're going to get Heatwave off and you're going to get Kinetic off, and look for those 2 players to be the ones that are going to try and pick up the drone, bring it in for some scores. And then on the side of Envy, you got 2 weapons. They go Annihilator, Tempest, so no Scythe, which is quite odd. Usually we see Scythe paired with one of these 2. What do you think about that? Would you like to see a Scythe?
I think it worked for them in the first map of Hardpoint. They went with 3 lethal.
Yeah, they went with the Purifier.
3 lethals, yeah, they went with 3 lethals. So that worked for them, obviously. As you said, Flares went big. If you had a little bit of support in that map, they probably would have taken that fairly easily, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then obviously you're going to be able to get the weapons a little bit faster. So with Overclock in the game, it kind of evens up, you know, the weapons versus abilities. You get abilities much faster than weapons, but once you throw Overclock into the mix, those weapons become even more powerful. Our last series, we saw XL5 take map 1. I'm going to go to again. Then Incept ran the table. We're going to see the same thing in this matchup. Let's go back to the desk with the casters.
Thanks very much, Mr. X and Naked. I mean, we went through a pretty interesting ban and protect and specialist draft right there. A couple things for me that really stood out is we saw an overclock protect, which you go, yeah, okay, that's relatively standard. But that protect came out after overdrive and camo were already banned out.
Yeah,
So
totally.
obviously shows that these teams are still, even though with those 2 key specialists gone, they're very much focused on the specialists that are still available to them.
Yeah, and I agree with the actual specialist targeting there. Malju dropped 15 kills in that search and destroy, and he was running active camo. That's his go-to. They have targeted that. They've taken it away from him. They want to get him off what he's used to and try and get him playing with something different. Psychosis in an uplink. It's going to be interesting. See, maybe run a little bit of OBJ, pop it, see what he can do with it. Going to have to watch him in game, see how well he can. I'm not too sure, agreeing with the guys on the stage there about the two aggressive there, the Annihilator and the Tempest. It'll be interesting to see how it gets broken out. Whether or not they should have gone with the Scythe, we'll decide at the end of the map. But
I love Tempest plays, man. I absolutely love Tempest plays.
I love it too.
Uplink, where it's so important to lock down particular spots. Okay, let's say you're going to be attacking towards the Black Ops side, so you're going to be going towards the laundry side. That's where you're going to be running from glass straight over laundry. Usually you'll get a couple of relays set up there. I think if you get a Tempest shot out, and you shut down the player up there on top laundry, like that's just shut down that route completely. In Tempest, you shut down a route for at least, what, I think it's about somewhere between 3 and 5 seconds. It's so important throughout the game. Now, a Scythe, I do love that. As you've said before, get a Scythe on top glass, sure, great positioning right there. But I mean, Tempest is just, we see it so much more in the meta of competitive COD, and it's been absolutely brilliant. And I am pretty excited to see how this one's going to play out. What I'm more excited for is just generally how this game's going to go down, because Envy, they just lost in S&D, which to me they were favored to win, and now in an uplink where, again, such a smart team, great setups, and they know how to play this map. I just want to see if they can bounce back.
Ooh, that was actually a big kill there by Flares, taking out Most Wanted as he gets 2 for Fergs, because quite simply that could have been a count. Now you do see Claws running it on in. Envy, full control of the middle of the map here. They're flooding on in, and it's going to be a defensive role by Team Blank. HC already picked up by Fergs as he has a nice 5-kill streak to his name. Got to watch out if he doesn't get 2 more, because that's going to be 6. So he takes out the ball carrier, and he's got to watch his flank here, because it's going to be a play. Can he beat the life out of them? Yes, he can. Cone, sit down and get out of the lobby, because you're not having a good one here. Fergs on a rampage. He's looking for more blood. What's that ball? Will he get the second? Oh, this time he doesn't win the dance and gets taken out by Flares.
Yeah, well, that was a great start there by Fergs. 7 and 1. Smackdown with the drone as well. Beautiful start. Flares here going to be trying to make a counter run, though. 14 Blank did well, but now we're going to be having a reset. As you can see here on the mini-map, there's going to be a contestant right here. Malji's going to be facing a player right there. That was going to be Most, taken down, holding down the middle of the map. Nice little 2-piece, securing this location, which is exactly what you need to do, but right outside is going to be a couple of Envy players. You've got Ferds just creeping in, looking into glass, spots a player there. Oh, the turn, the awareness. What the hell? Cones should have spotted Fergs right there, but he was going to be dropped. Fergs just doing an imitation of a corpse, was able to get away with his life right there. Now you've got Fergs and Claw playing it smart. Their 2 teammates were both dropped, waiting for the spawns. Beautiful stuff there. Great setup, but look at this. You've got Pixel over in the base, picking up kills.
Blank spawning out towards the grass side of the map here. They don't have control, and this could be the first point on the board, and it's a miss. Cones really just going to his game. Unfortunately, he's just not.
That was a lack of awareness there, because Cones should have went up to Laundry. He shouldn't have risked that throw, and he could have even had 2 points on the board there realistically, because he had the support of his teammates. So that should have been a couple of points, and unfortunately they were punished for it. And now Envy, they're pushing out. So if Farsighter can pick up a couple of kills here, get control of center, there's going to be a couple of players inside of glass, so he needs to watch himself. Nah, not going to happen. See, if there was a couple of kills there, maybe they had a chance, but now Team Blank still have control once again.
Yeah, they've mainly had control of glass side. For the majority of the time, their Malji does pop the Psychosis enough to distract the player. They're well done by him. This is such a big map for these 2 teams. You can definitely tell they're going head-to-head here, because it's 2 minutes half into it, and no one has gotten close to scoring. Well, at least Cones was, but maybe that pressure, I really don't know what's going through his head here, because he plays so well online, drops so many consistent solid numbers, and now all of a sudden every game mode he's playing, he's just not being able to trade out kills efficiently or make an impact in the game, to say.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Pixel here, though. He's going to be going out and getting 1 point on the board. So that's our first point right here. But 3 players down for Blank, so they need to watch out for the counter. That's why the kinetic arm is going to be popped by Flares, just to play it safe and maintain control of this middle. I do like that, but unfortunately, because he was alone, he wasn't able to watch his back. But he's done enough to allow his teammate to spawn up and come and back him up inside of glass right here.
No.
Minute 45 left on the clock, and Varsider and Fergs are still putting the paint on. 12 and 5 after a 5-0 start here to Fergs, going great in double digits. Farsighter, unfortunately, still lagging behind a little bit, but as we know, he does pick up the objective a lot of the time, and he is clearing out here the spawns, so it's allowing Most to go in here. This could to watch out for the spawns, though. 3 players down from Team Blank.
Look
at this. Beautiful stuff.
He has 16 kills to his name. On another 5-kill streak. Can he make it 6? No. But he does die in the end, but look at all the kills he's actually doing. You know what I love about seeing Fergs drop 16 kills is the fact that he's a player that has struggled to be able to play the game. Work commitments has stopped him from being able to really grind out scrims and play in a sense for the CWL. He hasn't had as much time to prep his previous teams, and he's dropping some crazy numbers in this series alone. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from him, and his ability to just still hang at the top, even though he may have limited resources.
Mate, he's got the same blood as Fighter, the player of Mind Freak. Obviously, those two brothers. I mean, it does not surprise me at all that he has such natural talent, even with all of those responsibilities keeping him from just absolutely grinding out the game. But it does definitely not hinder him going 17-8 right now. His teammate Varsider was just dropped, though. So Most, he's going to be anchoring back on the base, you know, just trying to hold down from these attackers. And Claw, if he lost that one, that would have been, I think, a guaranteed cap because, excuse me, a guaranteed throw or at least maybe even a carry because Cones would have been away. But here we are, 17 seconds left. Go through it. Not going to happen. Still 15 seconds left for Manji to make a move, but he's not in a position with all players of Envy there. That was a smart play, but he let it go just a little too long. It was a little too long. Like, he should have got him as he'd just gone through. Farsighter drop. Claw follows suit. So this is where we should be ending up right here. Last couple of kills to Most.
Nice.
Nice little two-piece to end the half. And Envy, they were down 1-0, but they answered back with a beautiful carry and then a throw through. 3-1 your score. And now we are going to be having Envy on the preferred side in the second half. And I mean, I'm still feeling them to take out this uplink.
Look, it's actually starting to... I'm going to agree with you on that one. It's starting to definitely look that way.
Cones, man.
Cones... I don't want to even talk about it because
it's a rough start.
It's just sad. Like, I want him to do well because he's a good player. I know he can actually perform, but right now he is struggling a little bit. This isn't really the Team Blank I saw during the Challenge Division games, where they incept the guys that just defeat XL5 and got themselves a Season 2 spot, or Stage 2, should I say. They got 20-0'd by them.
That's why the smokes are so good. That is why the smokes are so good. Flares just ran past the enemy. He didn't give a damn. He's going to get 2 points on the board and tie things up. What a great start there to Team Blank. I mean, it took him 20 seconds to get 2 points on the board.
Great job there. Claw, just going to try and scout out. Fergs gets one in the background. Trade it out. Just trying to get control of Glacier. They know someone's been sneaky. And of course, it's the Lizard Man. Malchi going to try and shoot the player and just slides into them. Does get the kill in the end there. Numbers advantage as he's going to be pushing out. Does pop the Psychosis. And fooled by the dummy will be Fergs. More players, though, from the team of Blank will be spawning up now. Malchi actually has to start thinking about streaks. No, he won't, because he's dead. Does get the RCXD card, see what he can do with that. Now Pixel has the ball, is close to the uplink, has Heatwave, and scores a one-pointer. Beautiful play there.
Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise here. This goes back to the first bit matter of this map, evac uplink, where you do the wall run going over towards red, throw it over. I mean, this is going to be a really interesting half for me because Envy, I think they can easily turn it around. Now you're going to see the HCXE out here for Fergs. Picks up. No, it would have been a kill if it wasn't for the flak jacket. You know what? He's going to follow it up anyway. Tries for it, but he's going to be dropped right there. Varsider and Most left alive here for Envy. They are now behind, don't forget, because Team Blank had an absolutely insane start. 20 seconds for 2 points, followed it up with a throw as well. Envy very much on the back foot, and you can see here the positioning. Varsider is going to be challenged right here by Pixel, who is going to be almost getting the kill right here. Varsider's still alive, though. He's going to be EMP, just trying to watch himself. Pixel does get dropped by Most. Flares follows suit, so Malji and Cones make that just. Malji needs to stop this player. Picks up one, goes for two. He's going to be dropped. Now that's Claw away. Can he get through? This is at least a throw. Activates kinetic armor, so that's two. And now they're back in the lead.
Very nice. Most gets two. Gets three, actually, with the Tempest. Locking it down, and this could actually be a relay. This is dangerous. It's got to be at least 1 point secured. Malji drops. Can't get the fourth with the Tempest, as 2 points does come in. Most wanted. Misses one. Hit by MA. Takes out the player. That's a 3 down before he finally drops. Cones getting a very important kill despite only having 7 of them, as the ball is going to get thrown for the 1 point. I love it. Envy, all of a sudden, have just
they got the setup.
That table. They got the setup, as you said, and
Pixel
now
needs
have
to
a
break
comfortable lead.
This is Pixel. He needs to break it. Heatwave's going to do it, but now he needs to watch the player that's going to be coming downstairs. He's fumbling, trying to get the drone. He's going to be punished for it. See that player that came down? He's going to pick him up. It was 1v1 for a second there, so Team Blank need to just hold on to the ground that they do have. So that's up to Cones on the defense. Going to pick up one right there. There's another one on top, and two make that. Envy are all around this drone. Claw coming up the rear. Claw picks up one in the middle right there. There is going to be one challenging right on the front. That was Pixel. He's dropped. Now leading the charge is Fergs. He picks up one. Most is going to follow suit. Flares trying to fight him off. Just desperate bends here from Team Blank, but Fergs are in a great position. Valsider is going to be throwing it out here. There's one player inside a glass. He's instantly dropped before he even gets a chance. Claw holding down the middle. Fergs on the attack still. He has not dropped yet. As I say that, the Caster Curse might hit him, and yes, indeed it does. With a minute and 30 left, Envy are ahead by 4 points. Unless Envy just completely drop the ball, I think they should be wrapping up Team Blank here in this map.
Well, Fergs has 27 kills and an Annihilator. You gotta just assume that they're gonna get it, as it's gonna be a 4 down, and that will be the nail eventually in the coffin, as Valsider runs in another one there. That will be the second time he's done that in the game, as Envy was 6 points and control of last and control of mid, was the ball in hand. I think they got this one in Maniac. I'm just going to assume so. Ball gets reset. Yeah, there's not much the guys from Team Blank can do. Looking at the scoreboard, a really great performance once again in the respawn by Most Wanted. More importantly, Fergs, though, in my opinion, him doing 29 kills, I'm going to assume that he made it to 30 with the remaining 30 seconds. Really did show how well he did. It's interesting to note he's actually using the VMP. Bit of a change up from the AR, which is good to see. Of course, it is evac. Such a subby-dominated map.
You should have known that player didn't die. I don't know what was happening. He must be feeling a little tired there. And look at that, all of Envy down. So this is going to be another 2 points in for Team Blank, at least at the end. That's consolation points, though. With 15 seconds left, it's going to be wrapped up. Envy are going to be taking this one away. Blank, though, they're still running. And I love this. They don't give up. It doesn't matter what time's left. We're going to be still going for it anyway. Trying to go for these consolation points. Flair's going to throw it out. Mauji's going to be electrocuted. Flair's taken down as well. That's going to be Claw trying to wrap things up. And indeed, he does. Beautiful stuff there. 10-6, your final score in that uplink. Envy walk away with it, and they answer back after that S&D, and they are now ahead in the series 2-1.
Envy, they're definitely in prime position here, as we will be moving to a CTF as the next map. Good job by them. I kind of doubted them a little bit leading into the uplink, and they proved me wrong once again in the respawns. 2-1. Now, let's discuss it. The 1-2 respawns, lost to search and destroy. I think the CTF is starting to look more like their map.
I'm going with the same theory that I had for the uplink, which is that I just don't think Team Blank have practiced it enough. I don't see a world where they have. They would have focused on their hardpoint and S&D, because if you take there's 3 S&Ds. If you take if you take all 3 and to secure one of the respawns, then you've got a shot. So I just don't think. Well, to me at least, logically, I don't think they would have practiced it enough. Envy, on the other hand, they're actually pretty decent in their CTFs.
Yeah.
And given that they can set up really well, and we're on a map like Breach that they just dominate on, I think this should be theirs. It really should be. And it's going to come down to, look, if Team Blank want a chance, they need to do something crazy in ban and protect to really throw this off. Like an M8 Kuda ban, something like that, just to really throw Envy off. That could happen. But really, I don't know what exactly they can do to turn this one around.
Well, hopefully they have a rough idea in their minds, because we're going to have to rely on them to see what they get broken down. We've already seen some weird picks and bans. Going back to the search and destroy, all tacticals gone. Don't know which way it could go. What would be targeted by them? Wouldn't be surprised if we just see, the standard stuff, overclock, overdrive, and I think from there, target bans